Hi, everybody. We're coming to you on this August 13th, the day of the NBA schedule release for this special Sentinel Sports Extra, Cavs 2026-27 schedule release. Of course, the NBA schedule will slowly leak out this week. The full schedule came out today, though. There were not really any surprises. But this special is brought to you by CT Roofing and Power Wash, the official roofer of the Lake County Sentinel. You can call them at 440-278-0506 to get an estimate, a free estimate on your roof or your siding. They work on decks. They do fences. They do all kinds of things. So give them a call today if you need something done on your house. At 440-278-0506. We have 71 days until the Cavs open at Rocket Arena and 69 days until they open the season on the road. So they open on the road this year again. Of course, they opened the season in Philadelphia on October 22nd. They're one of the last teams to open this year. Of course, it'll be the second game of the year for Philadelphia. It'll be the opening game at home for their two free agent signings, LeBron James and Dean Wade, and Jaylen Brown, who they traded for. We know that night, October 22nd, LeBron will not get booed in Philadelphia, I wouldn't think. But we'll get to later where he will get booed probably two other times. But so they open 2 days later after that opener in Philadelphia. They open 2 days later at home at Rocket Arena. They take on the Brooklyn Nets at 7:30, the first of 41 home games. It'll be interesting to see what the atmosphere is. It's been really good the last 4 years. Hopefully, it'll be a good atmosphere again. They have a sellout streak going. So the Cavs are on national TV 17 times this year, 6 times on ESPN, 4 times on NBC Peacock, 4 times exclusively on Peacock, and then 3 times on Amazon Prime. So that's the national broadcast for the Cavs. Aside from opening night, the Cavs will play the Sixers 2 other times. Both of those are at Rocket Arena. The first one on November 6th. That's going to be a highly anticipated night. And then they play them again on March 1st. Of course, they'll both be on national TV. But I think it's going to be interesting on November 6th. I think there will be definitely some boos for LeBron James. It'll be mixed, but there'll be definitely are going to be some boos for him. Cavs fans were expecting him to come back to finish his career here. He kind of said, I don't need to finish my career there. They're in the past. So the fans will probably give him a little bit of, what I would say he deserves. Yeah, he got to choose. He got to choose where he can go. But guess what? The fans get to choose whether they want to boo him or not. And Philadelphia fans should never criticize anybody for how another fan base treats a player. Philadelphia fans are the worst fans in sports. Horrible, horrible human beings. So I don't think that they should say a word if Cavs fans boo LeBron James. And if they do, who cares what they think? They're rotten people anyway. But I do think that night on November 6th, Dean Wade will get a very warm reception from the Rocket Arena crowd. It's not going to be too many games into the season, but his defensive absence, it's going to matter. I think the Cavs are going to miss Dean Wade defensively, and I think the fans will show him how much they appreciate him, on November 6th. My dog is getting near things he shouldn't be getting near. So the Cavs, then they'll play the Knicks 4 times. And the schedule maker, of course, wasn't kind to the Cavs, but he was kind to the Knicks. And it's pretty blatant. It's pretty blatant. And I've said for years that the NBA kisses the Knicks' ass. And there's proof of it now. Again. And of course, Knicks fans will say, well, he won the championship. They deserve that. Well, I can't remember the Cavs getting an easier schedule after they won the championship. I wonder if Oklahoma City got an easier schedule last year after they won the championship. Probably not. So, but the Cavs play the Knicks 4 times. And 2 of them are the second game of a back-to-back. The first one, they play the Sixers on November 6th and then the Knicks on November 7th. I mean, they're both at home, so I guess they don't have to travel, but still, the Knicks don't play on November 6th. And the second time they have a back-to-back, the Knicks don't play the night before. So, but the Cavs will be done with the Knicks by December 21st, which is good. Just get done with them, because I really, really, really despise them. I got to be honest. I really despise them, not because they won the championship. I don't like their fan base. I just don't. I feel like when they come to Rocket Arena, they act like they own the place. You know, so I'm glad we'll be done with them before Christmas and won't have to see them again. And that'll be good. But, you know, anyone knows that the league has always favored the Knicks. They always have. You know, the Knicks get all the calls. They do. Anyone who says they don't is delusional. The Cavs play the Knicks, like I said, the second game of a back-to-back twice. And the Knicks don't play either time the night before. So the Cavs have a night off, and the Cavs played the night before. So there we go. The NBA giving them a break. But there's more proof they gave them a break. There's more proof. And I didn't go through every team. But the Celtics, 13 back-to-backs. Sixers, 12 back-to-backs. Cavs, 13 back-to-backs. Thunder, 12 back-to-backs. Knicks, 9 back-to-backs. That's 4 less. That's huge. But let's give New York a break, like the NBA has always done since 1947, because they're the biggest market. This is the truth. You can say I'm wrong. You can say I'm nothing but a crybaby about it. Go ahead. Anyone with any common sense knows it's the truth. They know it's the truth. The New York Knicks always are favored by the NBA. They always have been. They always will be. And the schedule is proof. There are some other games of note for the Cavs. Oklahoma City comes to Rocket Arena on November 2nd at 7 p.m. The Cavs don't see the Celtics until December 29th. They only play them 3 times this year. And they don't play in Cleveland until near the end of the season. April 1st at 7 o'clock is the first time the Celtics will come to Cleveland. The Cavs will go to Boston twice. The Spurs come to town on December 15th at 7 o'clock with Wemby. The Nuggets, who are always a contender in the West, they come to town on January 9th at 7:30. And the Miami Heat, the hated Miami Heat with Giannis, they come to town on March 28th at 7 o'clock. The Cavs do play on Martin Luther King Day at noon. They're the national game that day. They play the Detroit Pistons at noon at Rocket Arena. So I think this is at least will be the 4th year in a row I've spent Martin Luther King Day at Rocket Arena, maybe the 5th. I like that game. I like that game every year. And, last year it didn't go so well. They played Oklahoma City, and it was ugly. So let's hope this year, playing the Pistons, it can go a little better, because last year was, wow. Whew, that was bad last year. But this is a new year, and we'll see. I think the Cavs are going to be just fine. I know a lot of people are down on them because they didn't do a lot in the offseason, but I think they're going to play good plays. I think, I would think they're going to re-sign Harden. I don't think I don't know what's holding it up, but they get James Harden and maybe make another deal. They just got to, Allen, Mitchell, Mobley, Harden. That's really good. I'm saying Jalen Tyson at small forward. I really think so. I don't know. I don't think you can play 3 guards. You can't play Sam Merrill. In my mind, I wouldn't even care if they got rid of Sam Merrill. But I think the schedule, it's basically the same every year. There's not a lot of difference in the NBA. You play the West twice. If you're an Eastern team, if you're a Western team, you play the East twice. You play teams in the other divisions in your conference either 3 or 4 times. You play your division 4 times. So I feel like, Indiana's going to be better, obviously, getting Tyrese Halliburton back. And the Hawks are supposedly going to be better. The Wizards are finally going to be probably where they look like they're an actual NBA team. So I think it's going to be an exciting year. I think the Cavs are going to win more games than they won last year. And I'll sit right here and say it. I think I don't think that the 76ers will get out of the East. I just don't think they will. I don't think so. I don't think that team can stay healthy. And I don't think they'll get out of the East. But we'll see. And that's the schedule. As I said, the Cavs open on October 22nd in Philadelphia against the 76ers and Dean Wade. And then they come home 2 nights later to open against the Brooklyn Nets. And we'll be underway. 13 back-to-backs. So those are rough. Coaches and players hate back-to-backs. So that's 26 games. That's 56 others where at least they have a day off in between games. So, but until the preseason begins, when I'll be back with you with another Cavs Sentinel Sports Extra, remember to join us on Tuesday nights. Two Guys Talk Cleveland Sports with my partner, Joey Schneider. And we're going to be starting a new show next Wednesday, a high school sports weekly. And we will talk about high school football in the fall. We might sprinkle in some, there's some other sports in the fall, but mostly high school football. But we will see you later. And I'm looking forward to the season. I think it's going to be a good one for the Cavs. I really do. And I'm not just saying that. I really think they're going to have a good year. There's not a lot of expectations, right? So I think they're going to have a good year. So until next time, everybody have a good night. And remember to let them know.